Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL rumors swirling around this offseason, you've probably heard the whispers about the possibility of the New York Giants making a bold move that could reshape their offensive line, and frankly, their entire season. It's one of those blockbuster stories that could define the next chapter in Big Blue's quest to get back to the top of the NFC and make a serious run at the Super Bowl. And at the center of this buzz is none other than Quentin Nelson, the dominant guard from the Indianapolis Colts, who's been linked to a potential trade with the Giants. Yeah, you heard it right, Nelson in blue and red, anchoring that offensive line and giving Daniel Jones a real shot in the arm. Now let's talk about why this is such a game changer. First off, Nelson, coming out of Notre Dame, has established himself as one of the top guards in the league. He's a beast in the trenches, a guy who can dominate at the point of attack, open up running lanes, and provide elite protection for the quarterback. The Giants' offensive line has been a point of concern for a while now, especially when it comes to protecting Daniel Jones and giving Saquon Barkley the space he needs to operate. Last season, the Giants averaged just 190 rushing yards per game, and their pass protection was often inconsistent, leading to too many sacks and pressures on Jones. Bringing in Nelson could immediately upgrade that unit and turn their offense into a more balanced, more dangerous attack. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The Colts, sitting at 5'9" with a cap hit of just around $1. $8 million are reportedly considering trading Nelson because they're in a bit of a cap crunch, especially with their development of quarterback Anthony Richardson. Indianapolis is also looking for picks and a young offensive guard in return, prioritizing their secondary and overall team rebuild. The move makes sense from their perspective. They'd be getting draft capital and a promising young player while freeing up cap space. It's reminiscent of the Chiefs' bold move when they signed Orlando Brown back in 2021, which significantly boosted their offensive line and helped propel them to a Super Bowl victory. That's the kind of impact Nelson could have for the Giants, especially given the importance of offensive line play in today's NFL. Now, let's examine what Nelson would bring to Big Blue. His 2025 season stats are impressive. He played 912 snaps, allowed only 3 sacks, and his run-block win rate was 82%. His PFF grade in 13 games was an outstanding 89.5, and he recorded a +1 EPA per run, which shows how much he elevates the running game. He also committed only 5 penalties all season long. For a team like the Giants, that kind of consistency and elite level of play is exactly what they need to finally solidify that offensive line and take some pressure off Daniel Jones. And it's not just about this season. Nelson's career stats also point to a player with a proven track record. Over his career, he's played in 112 games, earned 6 Pro Bowl selections, and has a missed block rate of just 2.5%. That's elite-level consistency. When you compare him to other top guards like Zach Martin or Brandon Scherff, Nelson's performance stands out as one of the best in the league. His ability to anchor the line and prevent pressures is crucial, especially for a team that's been looking for stability up front for years. And let's not forget, last season he was limited to just 1 missed game due to a rib injury in Week 4 but came back strong. By Week 10, he was shutting down the Bills' pass rush with 0 pressures allowed. That kind of resilience and ability to bounce back underlines his value. Now, if we look at what the Giants could do with Nelson anchoring their line, the potential is enormous. Last season, their offensive line ranked poorly in PFF grades, around 58. 9 and allowed a staggering 30 sacks on Daniel Jones. That's simply unacceptable. But with Nelson's addition, we could see a transformation. His presence alone could cut the Giants' sack totals by about 20%, drastically improving pocket stability. That extra time would give Jones more confidence, allowing him to extend plays and make better decisions. Plus, with Saquon Barkley and rookie receiver Jalen Hyatt, the offense would suddenly become much more explosive and balanced. Nelson's ability to open running lanes and provide clean pockets could be the key to unlocking this offense's full potential. And let's talk a little about the bigger picture. The NFC East is a fiercely competitive division. The Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders are all gunning for supremacy, and the Giants need to keep up or even surpass them if they want to make noise in the playoffs. Improving the offensive line is a critical step in that direction, especially when you consider how much a dominant trench game can influence games. Nelson, with his elite skills, could help the Giants establish a more physical identity, controlling the line of scrimmage and setting the tone early in games. If the Giants manage to pull off this trade, it would send a message across the league. Big Blue isn't messing around anymore. Now, you might be wondering about the financial side of things. Nelson's cap hit for 2024 is around $25 million, which is a significant investment. But given his proven impact and the potential boost to the offense, it might just be worth it. The Giants have shown they're willing to spend to improve their roster, and if they can orchestrate this kind of move, it could be the catalyst for a serious turnaround. Think about how a stronger offensive line could help Daniel Jones extend plays, make better throws, and reduce turnovers. Plus, with the Giants looking to rebuild and reestablish themselves as playoff contenders, adding a player of Nelson's caliber could be the missing piece. Of course, there are some skeptics who believe trading for Nelson could weaken the interior of the Colts line, especially since their PFF grade was only 65-2 last season. But the Giants are betting on Nelson's elite talent and leadership to elevate their entire line. This move would be akin to what the Eagles did with Jason Kelce years ago, bringing in a center who becomes the cornerstone of the offensive line, leading by example and raising everyone's game. If the Giants can replicate even a fraction of that success with Nelson, it could be a game changer. Looking ahead, the impact of this potential trade could ripple into the playoffs and beyond. Imagine a Giants team that's better protected, more balanced, and more confident. Nelson's presence could turn the tides in close games, help the team avoid costly sacks, and give Daniel Jones the protection he needs to operate at his best. Historically, when teams bolster their trenches, their chances of postseason success skyrocket. The Giants, who are striving to rebuild their identity after a tough season, could be on the verge of a renaissance, and Nelson might just be the spark they need. Now, as we look toward the Super Bowl, the odds are long, with some betting at plus 50-0, but with the right pieces in place, that can change quickly. Think about the 49ers in 2022, who built an elite offensive line that helped propel them deep into the playoffs. If the Giants can add Nelson and replicate that kind of success, the odds could shift dramatically, maybe even into the plus 8-0 range. That's the kind of bold move that signals a team ready to contend, not just to rebuild. So wrapping this up, the trade for Quentin Nelson isn't just a rumor. It's a potential game changer for the Giants. It signals a serious push towards rebuilding that offensive line, creating a more balanced attack, and giving Daniel Jones the protection he needs to succeed. Nelson's elite talent combined with the Giants' desire to turn things around could set the stage for a new era of Big Blue dominance. If this move happens, it could be the start of something special, one that reestablishes the Giants as a serious Super Bowl contender in the NFC. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think bringing Quentin Nelson to Big Blue is the move that could finally push us over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Giants news. We're all in this together, and with your passion and support, we can keep dreaming about that Super Bowl trophy once again. Let's go, Giants!